Hello everyone, Rich here, back for part 2 of this SS Belgenland tutorial. Today's focus will be the ship's main hull, which is the black section over there. I'm always looking at the wrong angle, because I mean that's the Rex over there and this is the Belgenland over here. I should be looking at it this way. So there's the Belgenland there, so we're going to focus on the black hull today, and some of the white, so we're going to get that in. And then maybe a deck or two when we get to it, but we'll see how things go. So that's what we're going to focus on. And once again, I've added signs to the hull, to the top of the red, like we did with the bottom part. So 0 to 24 down each side is what we want, and I'm going to build the hull on top of that. So we're going to build the black starting at section 0, and like before, just going to focus on one side. So for section 0 in black, we want to go up 3. So up 1, 2, 3. And then up 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There we go. So that's the tip of the bow. And that's how it should be. Now the black concrete you may want to change if you can't see it very well, because black concrete is pretty much, well, can't really see through it, because see into it because it's so bloody dark. But if you can find a better colour, go ahead. Now the hull, as we're building, will drop down in height by a few blocks. So let's start at 17 high, or it'll start quite high at the front, and then it'll drop down a few blocks as we go back. So, and also the stern is much lower as well. So the hull is at different sizes. Anyway, moving on to section 1 now. We're going to build up 3. So go up 1, 2, 3, and then up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then up 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that. And that's one block lower already. And then on to section 2. We want to go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go, getting a bit of a curve going already. Now we're on to section 3. And for section 3, we want to go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then up 3, 1, 2, 3, and 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Marvellous. And then we move on to section 4. For section 4, we go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 2 rows of 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Marvellous. And then we move on to 5. Breeze just saved the world. So for section 5 we go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go, Breeze just left the game as well. And on to section 6. We want to go up 2, 1, 2, and then up 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, and 2, 1, 2, and then up 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Not sure what that row of 2 was about, but there we go. Now we're on to 7. And for section 7 we want to go forward 2, so go forward 1, 2 like that, and then up 2. No, sorry, up 4, so go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. So we're getting a more of a distinct curve. Now we're on to section 8, and for section 8 we go forward 2 again, 1, 2, and up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. And those are all the same height roughly, except for the first one. And then after a few they'll drop down in height, so we're going to move on to number 9 now. And for number 9 we go up 2, 1, 2, and then up 2 rows of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. And now move on to number 10, and we are getting through this quite quickly. So for number 10 we want to go up 2, 1, 2, up 3, 1, 2, 3, up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 5 rows of 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. So getting a real curve going on there. Now move on to number 11. Number 11 we want to go up 2, 1, 2, and then up 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and then up 6 rows of 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then forward 1, like that. And that's dropped down in height by 1 block, so that's now slightly lower, that's fine. And now we move on to number 12. So this is halfway point, thank Christ. So halfway we want to go up 2, 1, 2, and then up 5 rows of 3, so up 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, let me just count that, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one more row, 1, 2, 3, so that's 5 rows of 3, and then 5 rows of 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1 forward, like that. Marvellous. So that was section 12. Now we're on to 13. And for section 13 we go forward 2, 1, 2, and up 2, 1, 2, and then up 4 rows of 3, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 6 rows of 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1 forward, like that. Marvellous. So that was 13. Now we're on to 14. So for 14 we go up 2, 1, 2, and then up 4 rows of 3, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 7 rows of 2 up, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's it. That's as far as you go. So that was section 14. Now on to 15. And then for 15 we want up 2, so up 1, 2, and then up 4 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 7 rows of 2 again, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and there we go. So that was 15. Have a quick look again. I think that ship's further away than the Rex. I don't know. It looks that way. Anyway, on to number 16 now. We want to try and get my notes ready. So for number 16 we want to go, it's the same again, so it's up 2, 1, 2, and then up 4 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 7 rows of 2 again, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's it. So that was 16. And now we're on to 17. So 17 we want... 17 we want forward 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2. And then up 3 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then 6 rows of 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I just count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's fine. And then up 3, 1, 2, 3. Marvellous. So that was section 17. Now we're on number 18. So for number 18 we want, to get my notes right, so for number 18 we want forward 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, and then up 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 6 rows of 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3, and 3 again, 1, 2, 3. There we go, so that was 18. And now we're on to 19. And my notes are starting to fall off the page. Okay, so for number 19 we want forward 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, and then up 4 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go, so that's dropped down in height by a block again, that's fine. Now we're on to number 20, so we're getting near the end of this. So for number 20 we want forward 2 rows of 2, so forward 2 and 2, like that, and then up 2, 1, 2, and then up 4 rows of 3, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that should be the same height, that's fine, and then on top of that, in white, you want 6, so up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that's the beginning of the ship's superstructure there, so that's roughly about there where the crosshairs are, so that's fine, that's section number 20. Now on to 21, this will be interesting. For 21 in black we want to go forward 2 rows of 2, so forward 2, 2 like that, and then up 2, 1, 2, and then up 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then in white up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. And then we move on to number 22 on the next page. Where is it? Where's the next page? There we are. So that's that one. So for section 22 in black we want to go forward 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, and then up 4 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that, and then up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then in white up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. So that was section 22, and now we're on to number 23. And for 23 we go up 2, 1, 2, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then in white 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. So that was 23, and then finally on the number 24. Number 24 we go forward 2, 1, 2, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then in white up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there we go. That's 24 sections of, or 24 plus the centre of the bow of Belgenland. And it should look something like that. Not brilliant, not perfect, but it will do. And I actually got through that without screwing it up. So I'll just quickly look at the front end. There is a bit of a curve, but it's very minor, so it's a thing. So there we go. So that's that. So what you need to do now, like we did with the red, just go on the inside and start filling in the gaps. So, and also you can do the other side as well at the same time. Entirely up to you what you want to do. So I'm just going to do a few sections of this to fill them in, and then I shall do a jump cut and finish it off, do the other side, and then move on to the stern, the back of the ship, which is an entirely different design in itself, but we'll see. Just get this first few sections out of the way, and then we can move on. So why not? Like I say, the black concrete which I'm using is a bit hard to see with, so if you've got welded it you can probably build it in quartz or something, but it's up to you what you want to do. But anyway, that's the first few sections done and the hull is taking shape. So like I say, what I'll do is just do a jump cut, fill in the rest, and then we shall move on. So back in a moment. Okay, back again. So there's the hull filled in, and it should look something like that. Also the white panels up there are all filled in too. So that's one side of the hull done, and also the other side as well. So that's the full front of the ship done, and it don't look too bad. Not brilliant, not perfect, but it will do. And there we go. So that's the front half done. So what we're going to do now is fly to the back end and work on that over there. So you can see there's a bit of a rounded bottom there. The stern section is a bit different because it starts off much lower, then goes up a bit higher, and also the white goes a bit higher as well. So, or the white will be the same height as the front white, but it just gets to the same height eventually. So there we go. So we're going to focus on section 0 and the left side again. So Like I said with the bottom half in part 1, whenever I say back I mean forward, okay, because it's confusing as hell. Or forward, back, whichever. Whenever I say forward I mean back. There we go, that makes it more sense. Right, anyway, on to section 0. And for section 0 we want to go forward 2 and 2, like that, and then no, hang on, got that wrong. So forward 2 and then up 2, sorry, like that. Forward 2, up 2, and then up 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I just count that again. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's fine. And then on the inside of that, go up 2 like that. There you go. So it's shaped like that. So it's forward 2, up 9, and then on the inside of that up 2. So it's curving forward. There we go. So that's section 0. And then onto section 9, we want to go forward 2, 1, 2, 2 again, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, and then up 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then on the inside up 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. So it's creating a sort of a round bulbous on the back of the ship. So that was 1, and now we're on to 2. Section 2, we want to go forward 3 rows of 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the inside of that up 3, 1, 2, 3, and 3 again, 1, 2, 3, there we go. So that was section 2. Now round to 3, and for section 3 we want to go forward 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, and then up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on the inside of that up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go, so you can sort of see you got that central circle going on there. There'll be a circle on the back, that's what that's for. Now move on to number 4. Section 4 we want to go forward 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on the inside up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So it's getting a bit more curvy. And then we move on to section 5. And for section 5 we go forward 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, and then up 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go, so that was section 5. Now we're on to number 6. And for number 6 we go forward 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, and then up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. So that was section 6. Now we're on to 7. And for section 7 we go forward 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, and up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Now we're on to 8. And for section 8 we go forward 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 5 rows of 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like that, and then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So if we look at it so far you can see it's a bit of a mess, but it'll look great when it's done, in my opinion anyway. So there we are, so that was section 8. Now we're on to 9. And for section 9 we go forward 2 rows of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Now we need to go to 10, so we're getting quite a way along this. So for section 10 we go up, we go forward 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 rows of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this could end up going wrong because something doesn't look right, but we'll carry on with it so far. So it's 4, 4, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think that's fine actually. I think it's just a slight, there's a bit of an area there that looks a bit odd, but I think we'll go with it. So on to section 11. And for section 11 we go forward 2 rows of 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 rows of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and another 2, 1, 2, so it's 3 rows of 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, and then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Now we're on to 12, so this is the halfway point, I think. So for section 12, we go forward 2 rows of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And now we move on to 13. Section 13, we go forward 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 rows of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, and up 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. So all the same height so far. And now we're on to 14. Section 14, go forward 2 rows of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 rows of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, up 3, 1, 2, 3. Marvellous. And now we move on to... What's that on my phone? Can't read it. And just give me a jump cut a second. Right, okay, so where were we? Section 15. So for section 15 we want 3 rows of 5, so forward 3 rows of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And make sure that all worked out fine. And then we want 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 3 rows of 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Up 2, 1, 2, up 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. And we're getting a bigger gap between each section now, which is fine. So that was 15, now we're on to 16. And for 16 we want forward 4 rows of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, up 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Marvellous. And now we're on to 17, and for 17 we want forward 4 rows of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. Marvellous. Now we're on to 18, I think. Yeah, 18. And the shape of the hull should change soon. So for section 18 we want forward 4 rows of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Marvellous. So that's that, and now we move on to number 19. And for number 19 we want forward 2 rows of 5, so 2 rows of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3, 1, 2, 3. 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go, marvellous. Now we're on to number 20. Now for section 20, we got a bit of different structure going on here now. Did I look at wrong ship? Yep, I think we know what we're doing. So for section 20 we go forward 3 rows of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, and then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, sorry. So it's up 4 and then forward 6. So we go from the top block of the 4, go forward 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Apologies there. So there you go. So it was section. So it was up 2, up 4, and then forward 6, like that. And then at the end of the 6, you go up 2. No, sorry, go so forward 6 and then 2 like that. For God's sake, and then up 3. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I keep getting that wrong, but it's that corner section there where the crosshairs are, that open area. So it's forward 6 and 2. Sorry, I can't get the right angle. So it's forward 6 and forward 2 and then up 3. And then on top of that, add 1 white like that. So there we go. So apologies there. But that's how that should look when it's all done. So I'll quickly go through it again. So it's forward 4, forward 4, forward 4, and then forward 3, forward 2, forward 2, forward 2, and then up 2, up 4, and then forward 6 and 2, up 3, and then 1 white on the top. So that was section 20. So now we move on to number 21. Now for number 21 in black, we go forward 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. And then 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Up 2, 1, 2. Up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And on the top, 1 white, like that. Marvellous. So that was section 21, and now we move on to 22. So for number 22, we want forward 2 rows of 4 in black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 3, 1, 2, 3. And then 4 rows of 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then up 2, 1, 2, up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. And then on the top, 1 white, like that. And then from that white block, we go forward 10. So count that as 0, so or basically count that as 1 to make it 11, so that's 1 already, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, so it's 11 like that, and then up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the end of the superstructure again. So if you look on the where the crosshairs are, it's that area there where the open promenade is. So yeah, it's the same again. So it's forward 11 in white. So count the top blocks. That's 1 to 11, and then up 5, I think it was, yeah. So that was section 22. And now we're on to 23. This is the confusing bit, this back end of the ship, but we're getting there, Anyway, so for section 23, we want in black forward 3 rows of 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then up 2, 1, 2. Up 3, 1, 2, 3. Up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 6, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I may have screwed that up, hang on. So it's forward 2, 2, 2. Up 2, up 3. Up 4, up 6. And that's come 1 block short, I think. Yeah, it looks like it. I'm going to have to do a quick jump cut here to work that one out, so I knew it wouldn't be long, so back in a moment. Okay, back again. So it was my mistake. It's actually 4 rows of 2 at the bottom, so I just go back down to the rows of 2. Like that. So it's 3 rows of 2, make that 4 rows of 2, so it's 2, 2, 2, 2. And then up 2, 1, 2. And then up 3, 1, 2, 3, up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's better. And then in white, up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. So apologies there. And now we move on to 24, and the final one. So for 24, we go up 2, 1, 2, and then up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then in white, up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. So that's all 24 sections plus the 0 of the stern, the back of the ship. And it's a bit different in terms of gaps and things, but it'll look fine. So if we look at it straight back on, you see we've got a bit of a bit more rounded on the back here, so that's how it should look. And it don't look too bad. So like before we did on the front, just go on the inside now and start filling in the gaps, and then everything should work out relatively normal. Do one more row, why not? There we go. So there's the first few filled in, and it'll start to look something like that, which isn't bad. And what I'll do now, I'll do a jump cut while I fill in the rest. And I'll also fill in the side panel as well, which would be the black on the side here between section 24 at the front and 24 at the back, and also the white tops as well. I'll fill that in as well. So I shall do a jump cut now while I fill that in, and we shall move on to something else. So back in a moment. Right, back again. So there's the hull all filled in, and it should look something like that. Also got the side panel filled in and the white walls all done, and there's the hull looking rather nice and neat. So that's one side done. Also done the other side as well. And it should look something like that. And you can see from the back end, you've got a really stubby end to our stern, but it's very curvy. And I quite like that. And there we go. So the giant bathtub that the ship's hull is sort of done. And there we go. So that's that job done. So what we're going to do now, we're going to start building a deck, which will be the lower deck on the stern here, because the main deck from the forecastle down will end at the end of the white wall just there, just at this point here. So we're going to focus on the lower deck first at the stern. Back of the ship, so we're going to go right down to the back end, and from the tip of the stern rather, right at the back of the ship, we're going to go one down from the top. So second block down on the black is where you want to build your deck. Now this deck here, you can either build it the full length of the ship, or you can just do what I'm going to do. I'm just going to add 70 blocks of the deck just for the purpose of building the superstructure. So you can build the full length if you want to, it's up to you. But what you will need to do is just add 70 blocks. So that's the first block there. And we'll just make it 70. So I just build this all the way forward. So it's 70. Like I say, you can go the full distance if you want to, but it's entirely up to you. But how far down? That's 77, so that's too far, but it doesn't really matter. That's 68, 69, 70. So there you go. So that's 70 like that. Like I say, go the full distance if you want to, but I'm not going to. So I'm just going to build these out to the side. Like so, out that side, and then out the other side. Ooh, like so. And there we go. So those bits are all cornered off now. So what you need to do now is just fill in these sections now with the deck. And so just start at the back end and just fill in the whole area that we just marked out with wood decking. So I'm just going to use a few like so. The next door dog is barking, which is fine. There we go. So just basically build this wood all the way up to the lines we just built there. So I shall use the fill tool and stand here and fill that in. So fill wood by 200, and that should fill in that area there. It did. That's good. And then so do the same the other side. Stand on this block here and fill that in. Oh, shut up, dog, for Christ's sake. La la la. There we go. So that's that side done. There you go. There's the deck that you need to add. But like I say, though, you can go the full distance if you want to, but you know, this is just for the purpose of adding superstructure bits. So what we'll do now, we'll go right to the back of the ship again, and from the centre of the wood, centre block on the wood here, we're going to count forward to the 48th block forward. So that's 48, so that's one there, and we want to go 48, so that's 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, what do we want? 48, so that's 44, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 48 blocks forward from the back of the ship. Put a red block to mark the centre like so, and then we're going to build our wall of white, which is 29 wide, so that's 14 each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 that way. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 that way. So there we go, there's our back wall. And then from the side you're going to build forward 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then out 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. And so we'll do the same on the other side. So it's 8, 8 along the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And out 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. So there's your walls. Like so. So that's the reason why I didn't build the full deck, because the deck's not going to be seen beyond these walls. But if you're doing an interior and things, then you're going to want to build the full deck. So it's up to you how you want to do this. But anyway, these walls now you increase to 4 blocks high. So this is quite a chunky ship. So 4 blocks high for our walls. And I'll do one side and then I'll do a jump cut. Because what we need to do first, like I said, I'll just do this one side. And then we'll add some doors and windows, because these are important as well. So I just build this up to the centre, like so. Oop. There you go. So that's one side done. So what I'm going to do now is I'll get our doors and windows. So where's our doors? Where's our doors? Doors. And we shall put our doors on this flat wall here. So a pair of doors there, and then we'll put windows. So I think how many to do. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows there, and then across the back we'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to the centre like so. So that's one side done like that, and then we'll just do the same the other side. What I'll do, I'll quickly copy this to the other side so it's symmetrical, and then everything should be diddly doodly. So we'll do copy, flip to the right, and paste. And there we go, there's both sides done. So like I say, I just did the same thing, four blocks high all the way around, and then just add the doors and windows the same. So got your doors there. If you want to, you can take out a set of windows on the back wall here and put a set of doors in. So what we can do is replace those with doors like that, and also we can take the top blocks off and replace them with some slabs because they does look a bit bare. So you've got a pair of doors there. What I'll do, I'll change the top blocks here. This is just me improvising. A little bit of improvising, and we'll put another pair of doors this side. And our slabs and doors there. So just we've got a couple of extra options to go in. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck out there. So there we are. There's our doors and windows done like so, and it don't look too bad. Right. So what we're going to do now, we shall go to the where the black hull of the ship drops down in height. So you got this white block on the top, and then you got the vertical drop on the hull just here. What we're going to do is go to the top block of the black, which is just below the white, so that point there. And what we're going to do, we're going to extend this bit here by 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just that one line there. So it's 7, and then 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you want to build inwards 17. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And then a colour block to mark the centre. And there we go. So do the same on the other side. So extend that top black line by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 17 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And they don't look too bad. So what we'll do now, we'll do the same on the underside. So we'll just add another line of black on the underside. You can't see it very well because it's a bit crappy, but we just add another line of black underneath to make the extension 2 blocks thick, like so, and then across the back, like so. And then all the way up to the other side, like so. And there you go, there's those bits added there, so you got that area all filled in. And then on the top, we'll just extend the white. So from those white blocks, we'll just extend a line of white on top of the black all the way around. Either black concrete, quartz, any colour you want, any white you want really, but I'm using quartz. And just add the white on the top of the black to the other side, and there you go. So that's that. It's basically a deck extension. So, and there we go. So when we come to add the deck will sit on the top black line. So just below the white, the deck will sit in there, like so, and then it'll sit on top of the walls there like that. But we'll sort that out in a minute. So now you got that all sorted out. What we'll do now, we'll get our these are optional. I'm using end rods for my pillars, so you can use. No, sometimes I use birch fence, but today I'm using end rods. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to where the gap begins. So the first block of the black of the top. So go from the top black. Or the above, so not the bottom row, but the above row. So we're going to count to the 4th block back from that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll put our first pillar there, like that, and then 4 back again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put our pillar in there. So 1, 2, 3. Actually, I put it in the wrong place. So there. So it's 4 blocks back. So you've got a 3 block gap between each. Then we'll do another one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Add a pillar, like so, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So you got your 4 pillars. You can't really tell because of the way they're positioned, but they're there. There you go. You got your pillars in there, like so. So that's those 4, and I just do the same on the other side. So looking down from the top, we're looking up from the bottom, so 1, 2, 3, 4, pillar, 1, 2, 3, 4, pillar, 1, 2, 3, 4, pillar, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 pillar on the back corner like that, and there we go, there is our pillories done. There we are, so that's a little bit of detail added there, and not looking too bad. So what we're going to do now, we shall go to the front of the ship, and this is going to be interesting. So we'll go right to the front now. Like I say, you can extend that deck all the way to the front now, but we can do that later on. So we're going to go right to the front of the ship, and we're going to add start the beginning of the main deck. So this is going to be all wood. So we're going to go to the very tip of the bow, the very front of the ship, and when you've got this one single black block on the front here, so you're going to go one block below that to this point here, and you're going to start building just there. And from there you're going to build 21 wood blocks back, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, like that. And then underneath that you want 42, so underneath that we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. And I'll measure that a second just to make sure that is 42 because it did stutter a bit. And that's 42, that's fine. And then underneath that, we just build the deck all the way back to that back wall we just added. So just add the line of a line of wood going the full length of what we have. So I'll build this freehand just to get it out of the way. So it's just basically the curve, the shear of the hull at the front, the shear of the bow is only 2 blocks, so it's not as extreme as some ships where it could be up to 4. So this is a very shallow shear on our ship. So I just build this line all the way to where we just been building. And it should go to the top line of the black that we just built at the back of the ship. La 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 la, dee 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 dee. Ooh, nearly. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. Diddly dee dee dee. Ooh, we're nearly there. And there we go. That's right. So we're nearly there, just over the top of the inner walls and up to the centre block, like so. And there we go. So there's where our deck will go. So so that sits on top of the inner walls. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go to the front of the ship. So basically you can start building that deck all the way out to each side now. But we're just going to go to the front part first. And at the front of each deck section, so the front of the main deck, which is now we just built there, we're just going to build the front section out to the side, like so, and then the line above that. So the end of the 42, the back end of it, we'll just build that out to the side as well. And as you can see, where you build it out to the side, there's no black block. So what we'll do, we'll just add 2 more black, 1, 2 like that, to cap off the end of the deck there. And then do the same this side. There we go, that side, then the 2 black there. And then the next deck at the front, we'll build that up as well. And you just need 1 block there. There you go. So it just caps off each section, and do the same the other side. And 1 black block there. And there we go. So there's our decks all marked out. So all we need to do now is just go on the in sections and just fill them all in with wood. So we'll do the top section up here first. This one freehand. God, I hate doing stuff freehand. La la la, dee 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 dee. There we go. So there's one side done. So what I shall do now, I shall quickly do this side and use the fill tool. Where's fill? There we are. There's fill. So there's the front. There's the top section done at the front. So the next section down will be kind of the same again, so I shall just stand here and use the fill tool again. So that's one side done, and then the other side. I am cheating, I know I'm using welded it, but you can still do it freehand, it's no problem. And there we go, that's the first two sections done, and then the last section there is basically the same thing. Either side of that central pillar, just fill the whole thing in with wood, all the way down to the back end, and everything should work out fine. So I'm just going to do a jump cut when I do that, and then I think that'll be it. So back in a moment. Okay, back again. So there's the deck all added, and it should look something like that. So the first two bits we've already done, and then the main part is all filled in there. So I just go to the back end, as you can see, the deck is all added like that. So there you go, you've got the overhang covering up the deck walls below, and there we go. So what we're going to do now, just go to the front of the ship and call it a day. So that's part 2 done. Part 3 we shall focus more on the next decks of the superstructure, so there'll be about two decks of the main superstructure, also the inner walls, and maybe deck houses on top, but we'll see. And we'll go from there. So this is Rich signing off, logging off and disappearing. And I shall return in part 3. So bye for now.